Anyway, if they dig Astolfo's interested, just talk to Saturn. I believe they need it more than I do.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
All I'm saying is, Fate, put in your energy drink Astolfo and get me to spend $500 bowling for them.
Sorry.
I'll do it. I'm a freak.
CC Astolfo is probably what they're going to do instead, and it's going to make me laugh so hard I'll cry.
That's Saborian. Yep, there he is.
And then the screaming going on in the background of Kingdom Hearts is making me laugh because I keep thinking, because I'm still in EVA 14, and it sounds like one of the specific voices for Viera that just scream at the top of their lungs when they're fighting.
And you can always hear them.
I mean,
like during fights, you can hear that one guy who's always screaming, and it's like, that guy picked that voice. I see.
I mean,
Yeah.
you know, if you look at Big T here, if he were to stand up straight, he probably would have like a Vieira's proportions.
Much like a Vieira, he is several inches shorter than he should be because he has bad posture.
Do such a thing.
Now, Miss Porter, as I
See, look at the quality of Clayton's like voice and like lip sync, and then Jane.
Near the gorillas again.
Yeah,
Jane
they really did not give Jane anything, huh?
She does not get a cutscene model.
Now, Jane, you're a woman in Kingdom Hearts, so we're giving you second
It's
billing.
important.
What am I doing with these imbeciles?
Imbeciles.
Bastard gorillas! I'll hunt down every last one of them! I'll track them down somehow. I'll stake my life on it.
See, Clayton's allowed to smoke because he's a bad guy.
Tora should get a smoking pipe.
Scrooge? No, Scrooge does not have one. He should, though.
Heartless.
Well, he really does just scream, huh?
Yeah, I mean, he's Tarzan.
He goes, "Argh!"
It's kind of his thing. Thank you, monkey. Thanks, Tarzan's mom.
Sarah, I know we've privately discussed how much that one skin of Summer Musashi just looks like Juno, but all I'm asking is, when is Juno gonna go Kengo Bato?
Go Bato!
Oh yeah, so sexy!
I have heard that noble phantasm. I have heard that noble phantasm so many fucking times at this point.
For me, my current experience with that, and the reason why I haven't put her on my roster in a couple weeks, is I had that with Kachika Hokusai Summer for a little bit, where I'd just keep getting, I'd keep, doing tour of waterfalls in various provinces.
Yes.
All the time, because she was it's a really strong single target arts thing.
That's correct.
And I eventually just stopped putting her on my roster because I was sick of seeing her noble phantasm.
I love her noble phantasm because when you have it set on like fast, her clips overlap each other.
Yeah, they certainly fuck do. Oh, see. Archer, I'm going to get you to level 80. And then I'll have a level 80 for each of the night classes. Bushy.
Alright, and now I go back to the tree house.
Back to the past.
Backtracking.
God.
Sometimes, Benjamin, you just have to play the shitty games that suck ass.
Sometimes you just gotta play the shitty part of a game you like.
I do that with Fallout 4. It's called most of the game.
It's called Fallout 4.
Sure.
It's called everything in Fallout 4 that wasn't added through mods. It's the main reason why I haven't really done much with my FF14 alts, because I'm like, well, I want to go through the story mode on these characters and see cutscenes with them. But also that means I have to play A Realm Reborn again.
You know,
And I'm not spiritually ready for that.
Yeah.
you know, I will say this. It's better than it's ever been, for starters. And two, the trauma of going through A Realm Reborn again is going to be significantly less shitty because you will have
People to talk to.
3 fucking idiots to talk to, and most of the time will accompany you to completely trivialize the content.
That's correct.
Here's the thing, though, and this is the worst part. Trivializing content isn't a big worry, because like I have level skips for Shaka and drinking eggnog, because I care about myself and my mental well-being. The problem, though, is that I have both Shaka and drinking eggnog.
Mm-hmm.
Which means I've set myself up to go through A Realm Reborn again twice.
Now, at least with Shaka Makaraka, I would argue it would be more beneficial to your mental health, considering she is a relatively human-sized character going through the same motions as Naren. You could story skip for her, because you're not going to miss out on the insane Lalafell animations that you will from drinking eggnog.
That's true. You're not wrong.
You're not really gonna get any cool cutscenes in A Realm Reborn either.
No.
You're not wrong.
Now, if you do want...
And you don't really get dialogue choices until Heavensward.
That's
Which means
true.
you don't even have a character until Heavensward.
That's true. Maybe for Shaka. I'll think about it.
Just for shock.
And then I'll focus my efforts on getting through the story as drinking eggnog.
Aegisnogus, yes. Correct. Do you...
My problem is that I thought of another very funny Lalafell name to make as a character, but I'm not subjecting myself to more alts.
That's smart. That's wise.
I just think it would be very funny to have a Lalafell named out tautology as a tautology.
That is a hell of a name.
Yeah, but you know, a tautology is a tautology.
Tautology is a tautology, yeah.
If I misspell it enough, it's a Lalafell name, you say.
Tautology.
Well, no, not even that. It would just be a tautology is a tautology.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Like, I can make it happen, it's just I'm not gonna make another alt for that fucking joke.
And now, riding the vines again. You will note that I have not done any extra content in Deep Jungle. They really do just make you do this course at least 3 times.
For the benefit of the viewing audience, I'm going to post what I am trying to articulate through text in the text chat.
That's good. I enjoy that. And... what am I missing?
Did you know that people die when they are killed?
Goof, gotta
No.
move, bud. There we go. Oh. There we go.
Let me get back to my Fate Stay Night read-through when I'm less busy.
Christy, I would like Jungle Slider a lot more too if like the course was different each time you did it, but you have to do the Jungle Slider mini game to actually get more courses. It's just the one like useless path. And then it's Sabor one more time.
Come on! Fire! Fire! Fire!
Getting all these old combat barks when I'm like only kind of half paying attention is very funny.
I keep thinking there's somebody fighting right next to me.
I know!
King
FF14 would be both significantly improved and worsened if it had the Kingdom Hearts low health sound effect whenever your health is low.
That would be very bad. I guess
I
would
mean,
be
it
good
wouldn't
if you were
last very
tank.
long.
Yeah, and if you're a tank, it probably would be good to be like, now is the time to use your invul, dipshit. Because the time to use my invul always sneaks up on me,
Mhm.
right? I'm always like not paying attention and then I'm dead.
But it might be
Oh.
more annoying since you wouldn't hear it a lot because you'd only hear like the first two notes of it before you get healed back up or something, you know?
True.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what, gang? We're going back to the treehouse.
Yay! Yay!
I hate deep jungle.
Yeah.
I hate it more than Kingdom Hearts 1 Atlantica.
Say the line, Ben.
We're going back to the treehouse.
Yay!
Deep jungle.
Whoa!
It is
Saturn, are you doing that?
Hurting.
It is deep hurting.
Hurting.
Oh god.
Deep hurting. You sure are deep hurting.
I'll show you some deep hurting.
Whoa, hey,
Yeah.
not in public.
Skills, didn't I?
Oh yeah, actually, no, we're in a we're on live.
We're on a stream.
You can't say
Control
that.
yourself, Sarah.
My god.
Sarah, after dark. Wait.
It's for the Gorge After Dark.
We have to save that for the Patreon feed.
Yeah, that's what you get if you subscribe to the scam tier. You get the Gorge After Dark.
Yeah, $50 a month to hear us menace each other.
What we need to do is if we do put content in the $50 tier, it can't be good content.
No.
Oh no, because it's the scam tier. It has
Yeah.
to be dog shit content.
The problem is that if my immediate instinct is, what if I made the Umineko Gorge exclusive to the scam tier?
I think Shia would actually manifest in your house and kill you with a gun. You know what I mean?
That would be so good. For Shia to kill me with a gun, I mean, not the other part where I make it exclusive to the scam tier.
Yeah.
Saturn, what I'll do is I'll put it on, our normal August episode. And then I'll also put it on the Patreon feed at the $50 tier.
Yeah.
It's like, is
Because
this different at all? And the answer is no.
It's technically two different RSS feeds, so people who are subscribed to the $50 tier will just get the same podcast twice.
I'll compile the complete episode and then make some very slight change for the $50 version.
What- no,
that is
Saturn, what
like
you
not
need to do- what you
that's
need-
not actually a value add.
What
Yeah.
you need to do, Saturn, is you need to crunch the audio so it sounds worse for the $50 tier.
Yeah, you get the 64 kilobyte per second version if you pay $50 a month on Patreon.
Lo-fi beats to get scammed too.
You get the version. You get the version of the podcast that sounds like a stand-up, like comedy routine recorded in 1999 and uploaded to Napster.
See ya.
It sounds like a VHS tape.
Yeah.
Oh, I would give anything for like
Fire.
that crunchy, like
Deep freeze.
that crunchy sort of sound that you can only really get from like
See ya.
a poorly aged like VHS tape. You know?
The problem is I'm certain that I can in fact do that.
Oh, I'm sure the filter exists. Like, so many things are analog now. Like, they're fake analog.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's less about the filter and more just because, like, I'm certain that is just, like, once I finish and compile the episode, that is a specific kind of audio degradation that I can just emulate.
Great.
I have to, like, compress it and, like squash all the peaks or whatever.
Yeah.
Come on.
I forgot how to do this segment, actually.
I'm just saying, I would pay $50 for the scam tier for that, and I'd be part of the fucking episode.
I mean, loyalty is paying for your own content.
See ya.
That's correct.
It's
Yeah, that's why I'm a subscriber to the Gorge on Patreon.
yeah.
Despite being a regular contributor to the Gorge, the show.
Despite going on my own to make an episode for Gorge content.
What we need to do, Saturn and Sarah, and I'm surprised we haven't done this already, is we need to subscribe to each other's Patreons for the exact same dollar amount.
I don't have a Patreon.
Doesn't Big A Nerds have a Patreon?
Come on.
It might, but I don't get any money from that.
Oh.
Oh, me neither.
I think Owen keeps that to just keep up with the like website hosting and subscription expenses for like SoundCloud and stuff like that. So
Well, I mean, I will say that I do pay Sarah.
I do get paid. I get paid. I'm a paid contributor. Well, I suppose I am a paid co-host. The point
I
is
wish
that
I was a
make money
paid
off-
co-host for anything.
It's a little bit of money. It's nice.
It's enough. It's enough to buy some Saint Quartz now and then.
That's
Give
correct.
yourself-
Which is
give
what it's
yourself-
for.
Give yourself a little bit of rolling money.
Or the
You
game.
give yourself
whatever.
a little bit of Castoria money because
What?
I like your product.
Oates,
Fortunately,
yeah, Oates is
I
like,
did not have to dip into the money for Castoria. Thank God.
why is Oates is like, why did you write a $40 check to Sarah? I like her product. I wanted to give her a little St. Quartz money.
Well, St. Quartz money, yeah.
I dipped in a little bit to Castoria specifically because I know the comma poll is coming up, so I'm like, I'm just going to put some in, and if I have any left over, then it can go to comma.
Come on.
And if not, then I won't get comma. It's fine.
You got Castoria pretty fast.
Yeah, I have like 50 something pulls of quartz on me right now. And I'm like, all right.
Flower am I missing?
But like genuinely, I think in like late 2020, I upped the amount that I gave
What the fuck?
to the Gorge specifically because I knew Sarah was rolling for something and I don't remember what it was.
What the fuck just happened?
What just happened? Did the game crash?
No!
Well, it's black on my end.
You seem to be
Source?
stuck in something.
Sora's around!
Ben, I think you might have soft locked the video game.
Where did Sora go?
See ya.
Well, I heard the PC version was kind of buggy.
I think I'm just stuck. I'm like stuck in the geometry somewhere.
I think you fell through the world.
When was the last time you saved?
Right before I got here.
Oh, okay, that sounds bad then.
Can I?
Yeah, I'd probably just restart.
Oh, I can't get to the menu though because I'm in combat.
Oh no.
All right. I'm gonna force close it.
Hold on, folks. Technical difficulties on the game's part. Stream pause. Yeah.
That is the funniest fucking way to.
That was
to get-
weird. I've never had that happen to me.
And genuinely, that is the only way that they could have made it like. Hey, so how can we slow
How can we slow Deep Jungle down even more?
How can we make it worse for Ben to do Deep Jungle?
Despite the fact that Ben knows how to get through it as fast as possible, how can we slow him down? We'll just soft lock the stupid fucking game for stupid fucking Ben. Oh, God.
This is weird, though, that it does, like, load a separate window to play the game.
It is a little odd. Where'd you go? Oh, you're in a cutscene. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
Where did you come from? Where did you go?
Where did you come from?
They
see it's
they
in
make,
here.
They make a Cotton Eye Joe reference in the Paul Bunyan event. I wasn't prepared for it, and it was Geronimo making the Cotton Eye Joe reference.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Paul Bunyan event. Oh, you know what? Actually, it's the correct time. I bet there's a new chapter of the Paul Bunyan event for me.
Oh.
Man, probably.
I should.
Sorry, Oat.
I literally got back into FGO because somebody told me that Paul Bunyan's gonna come back, and I was like, alright, I'll do it.
No!
Oh no, it's still
How
1
many days are
hour
left
until
or-
Section 4 unlocks.
How many days are left in the Bunyan event, Saturn?
It says remaining 4 days, which I think means that at
5.
midnight it will be 3 days, so 70-something hours.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not gonna make that in time because I'm not gonna be able to buy a phone until the 15th.
No.
How toasted is your phone?
There is no longer a touchscreen, there is only a screen.
Oof.
It's all dead pixels and stuff.
That is rough.
Yeah.
I cut my finger trying to slide it at one point. I went, nope, no more.
So like the touch screen would work. It's just that the glass is all fucked up? Question mark.
No. It is so broken that like it doesn't register any pressure on it because there's so much like broken glass pressing onto it.
Yeah.
I see.
And if I were to remove that glass, there would no longer be a screen.
Yeah. That's correct.
Well, shit. Yeah, because I'm worried how you're gonna get your FGO. Like I said, there are ways. You just have to email support and give them as much proof as possible that it's your account, which is not like the worst.
They also if you get a new phone in time, if you are able to do a just cable to cable phone transfer, I think it saves.
Yeah. No.
I mean, it's all on this. If they just swap the SIM card, right?
Like if you put in your same, well, it's not about the SIM cards. It's you have to specifically copy the app data.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But like if you are able to do that, then it shouldn't be an issue.
I don't know.
So it would still be tied to the same Google Play account and everything, so there wouldn't be any like weirdness with that.
Well, no, FGO is weird because it's tied to.
It's tied to the device. Is the problem?
Yeah, it's tied to the device. It's not actually tied to any data.
There we go.
Like stored on your phone. It's weird because like if you're gonna if you got a new phone and you wanted to transfer your FGO account to that new phone, you would have to actually physically go into FGO and issue a transfer number and then input that transfer number and password into your new phone. It's very weird.
I continue to be really surprised that MOBA gay like that don't just like be like, okay, you made the game on this thing. We are tying this to your Google account.
Yeah, it's very weird. But there is like I was telling Oates, you can literally email support and be like, "Hey, my phone is dead," before I could issue a transfer. And basically what you do is you just provide they give you a shit ton of questions and they say like you just need to provide proof that this is your account, right? So like you know, like, do you have any receipts for St. Quart's purchased? What is your master's name? What is your master's birthday? Do you remember any of the servants on your support list, etc., etc., etc.?
Yeah.
And so it's just a bunch of stuff that helps prove that it's you, and then they will give you a transfer number instead.
By the way, that was the 4th time I did that.
Yay!
And now it should be over because now I have to fight Clayton. Which is one of the worst bosses in the game.
Wait, yeah, Ben,
we don't have a stream anymore.
Stream's dead on Discord at the very least.
Discord.
Yes, because
whoops,
you had to
sorry.
you had to restart the window. That's right.
That's true. Let me go and
You know, looking at Discord, I like this Urion J cosplayer wearing the skin-colored wedding dress.
Yeah,
It was more pink on our
There we go.
end.
kind of peachy colored.
Yeah. It just, in that lighting, it
There
did
we
not
go.
look pink or pretty.
And that like it is just flash.
Yeah, in the screenshot it is just flesh.
I do extremely love his Mary Poppins hat, though. I wish I could wear
Me
it.
too!
My favorite one for that is that's one of the hats where if you are a cat boy or a cat girl, you get cat ears, but they are not direct cat ears like every other hat. They are just stylized cat ears. Like for every other hat, it gives you like a little gussets where you stick your cat ears. But on that one, it's just they put extra cat ears on top of the hat.
As you do.
Not Clayton.
let's fight Clayton. Let's just fight a man with a shotgun.
With our magical sword.
It is funny because like Kingdom Hearts and most Disney products do try to be like, they don't like to give, Mickey, Donald, and Goofy like just a regular firearm. It's usually like magic or something, or some kind of like gun blade. But
Maybe it's just a gun.
Clayton just gets a shotgun.
But yeah, what else are you gonna give that man?
Yeah, I mean that's what he is. He's just a regular dude.
He's just a guy with a gun. If you take the gun away, he is not a character.
My God, he has got some watermelon crush on thighs.
Yeah, he does. Also, look at Tribal Tat's stealth sneak here. Final mix is great.
Man. Back in the day when
Iguana
it
got
was all-
tribal tat. or
That's what I said.
chameleon.
Tribal Tat stealth sneak.
This is a phenomenally bad enemy design.
No, it's a very dated enemy design. You can tell this is made in the mid-2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This looks like someone was trying to make a Sonic character, but of the Sobe green tea mascot.
Remember Sobe?
Sobe green tea, Jijinka.
Yeah,
Gijinka.
I remember Sobe. I used to think that shit was.
Gijinka.
That shit was good.
I used to think that was good.
Because it's
Alright.
G-I-J-I. Oh.
I can't. I gotta go buy items.
If you want to make your
Hey.
life more difficult, you can always just call it an anthropomorphization.
That's even worse.
Yeah, which is why I said if you
Wait,
want to
hold
make
on.
your
No, I
life
don't- I
more
don't need to-
difficult,
I don't need to buy items. I have 2 high potions. That's right.
I'm not smart.
I'm stupid as fuck.
I'm dumb as fuck. I can't say the word anthropomorphic.
I can't read.
Anthropomorphized.
Anthropomorphization.
You got
That's
it.
English. I know how to speak it.
It's okay, just say TMNT and we'll know what you mean.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey, they made a TMNT of the Sobe lizard.
Just say
And
Garfield.
he's a servant in Fate Grand Order. I still think there needs to be a servant of Pancho Villa because it couldn't be anything good.
I have said it over and over and over again. I would kill for an Anne Oakley archer. It would be the
Yeah.
coolest fucking thing.
That would be ideal.
I genuinely want her to be like the last heroic spirit of the American West. Like she represents the decline of the American West and the mythologization of the American West.
Magus is letting you know, it's worst comes to worst. The Bunyan event can be unlocked for 5 rare prisms after the anniversary is over.
Oh, thank fuck. Okay, I'm okay then.
Okay.
I'm less mad.
That means you can get Bunyan whenever. Okay, that's
I have 5 rare prisms. I'm good.
you can
Appar-
go get your Bunyan.
and apparently becomes completely free in like 1.5 years. But that's 1.5 years from now.
Maybe
Oh,
look it up.
I didn't
Maybe
know
look
that.
it up.
When the interludes become free, they give you the rare prisms back. Apparently.
Yes, they do.
Oh,
Yes, they do.
nice.
That's nice of them.
That's
That's
good having-
actually very generous.
FGO is a weird gotcha game. We've been over this. Where they're like surprisingly, I wouldn't say generous, because they're actually really stingy with free quartz, but like the levels of obfuscation between you and getting your servants is significantly less than like other games, right?
I was talking a bit about this in the free chat, but like even if it's stingy with free quartz, I still think in a lot of ways FateGo is actually more generous than other gachas, because since they don't give you any way to buy upgrade mats or things that aren't summon currency, they can't balance the game around expecting you to shell out $40 to $120 a month on upgrade packs.
Right.
Like other gachas do. It's just like, hey, you either get the servants you want or not. Either way, you still have to play the game to get all the materials you need to max them out.
Yeah, I like a big reason why I like Girls Frontline is because you actually can't spend money on the rolls, but you can spend money on mats that are 100%, by the way, like a replenishing resource by the hour, kind of like action points, like in FGO. So there's literally no point in wasting money on it except to be a whale.
Good.
I respect anything where it's just like, if you want to give us money, then by all means, but we're not going to build the game around it.
Like, you're not going to get anything out of you can if you want, I suppose, but there's not really going to be any, like, there's not much you can get out of it.
Well, because also, like, I'm realizing the thing with FateGo, too, is, like, yeah, like, there's not a whole lot of free quartz, so if you want to get, like, the really cool 4 stars and 5 stars as they come out, you kind of have to whale, but also, like, there is an actual mechanical advantage in FateGo of having a lot of silver and bronze servants instead, which is that they're all significantly easier to max out. So, like, to a certain degree, especially early on, you're kind of incentivized to not, and also like they cost less in your team comp, right? And so it's like, to a certain extent, early on at least, you are incentivized not really to worry about having 4 or 5 stars.
Yeah.
And yeah, because like you're given a free 4-star at the beginning of your account with like your tutorial role, and then like if you're playing enough, you're getting free 4 stars with events, and like there's a lot of really good 2 and 3 and even 1-star servants in the game.
Well, also, it's like this is compared
everybody
to
is useful.
This is compared to something like, you know, like Genshin or Dragalia, where it's like the difference between servant rarities is just that like the higher rarity servants are better, and there's no further consideration to be made there. But for FGO specifically, it's like, yeah, the higher rarity servants are better, but they cost you more to put on your roster. And depending like what level you are, what kind of stuff you're trying to accomplish, there are situations where it makes more sense for you to be like, well, I'm going to put like this slot or 2 to have like these low value servants that are like tuned specifically to the content and focus on really beefing up like the 2 gold servants I have instead of just doing a full roster of 5 stars.
Yeah, exactly. Like the cool thing is just like the slow buildup of like kind of amassing, you know, like really good servants. And even then, sometimes you'll still play to you'll still play with like your 3 and 2-star servants if they're like Hans is incredible, and there's some really good like 3-star archer and rider options out there. And and unless you're like really irrelevant like Jekyll, those 3-star servants do get like rank ups. They get skill, but it's not like they put a 3-star servant out and just forget about them forever. Like, if you're a popular enough 3-star, they get rank ups, they get skill ups. Like Spartacus, like, you know, fucking Spartacus has gotten like 4 rank ups, like to improve his skills. So they don't just put these low rarity servants out and forget about them. Like they are still actively like keeping the old the low rarity servants with parity. You know,
One day Blackbeard will get his time to shine.
One day.
Also, makes a good point, which is the other thing I was thinking about, which is like, even if you do like get a whole bunch of 5-star servants with a whole bunch of 5-star CEs, whatever, it is, even if you're at max level, it is mathematically impossible for you to just stuff a team with them. Like I was thinking about this, and it's like, even if you have the most amount of build points that you're allowed to have, if you did if you're like, I'm gonna have my team be 5 stars with 5-star CEs, you can get, I think, 4 people on your team. And then you can be like, well, I guess the 5th one is going to be MASH without a CE, period.
Yeah, and like, that's, after a certain point, MASH stops earning bond points. And bond points are a way to earn Saint Quartz, right? After bond level 5, depending on the rarity of the servant, that servant will give you Saint Quartz with every additional bond level, right?
Right.
So you're incentivized to have your back line still be other servants that aren't MASH, because you're trying to, passively generate free quartz however you can. So, like, again, you still have to take low rarity servants. And a lot of those low rarity servants are good. You can bring them in, and like, you can have an Arash who can, he's a 1 or 2-star archer, and he can wave clear the first wave and then, die, and have somebody else come in, and like, he served his purpose. Like, there's a lot of servants like that. It's really cool.
Arash, like, my last message changed the world. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I did the rank up for King Protea, and I'm very happy I did, because it's really funny to just put 1 buff on a character at the beginning of combat, and then get, like, I don't know, 8 turns in, and you can no longer see them get new buffs because their buff bar is full of the 2 buffs they're getting every fucking turn.
I literally think the reason they add... So when, for years and years, Fago, it only had 1 bar of buffs that you could see, right? I literally think the reason they added that 2nd bar of buffs above the HP bars was just for the satisfaction of seeing how many buffs you had active at once.
Oh, I'm sure.
Frankly, for King Protea, they could add a 3rd.
They should add a 3rd, yeah.
Because if you're letting that stack right out, you are going to have 2 buff bars that are literally just filled with the 2 buffs you get every turn from Infinite Growth.
Oh, goofy.
She's extremely fun.
She's extreme. If you let Infinite Growth go, like, all the way, she ends up with something like 40,000 HP, which is, like...
disgusting.
It's disgusting, considering that normally, like, a high HP servant is like 16,000, right?
Well, it's like, I
think
only
the
have
highest
her...
HP in the game is around 16,000, 17,000 HP.
I only have her Infinite Growth at, like, like level 2 or whatever, because it's just like I'm working on leveling my party, but then after that it's like, oh, my other bottleneck is just skill up materials. I need to work on that. But like, even with that, I'm still having this thing where late into her stack, she's getting into, like, the high 20,000.
That's correct.
It's just like, girl, what the fuck?
She's big, you see.
I see, she's very large.
The baby is very large.
And she bursts out of the clouds going, wah! No!
Smash!
Love her.
That's right.
It's really fun, because there's a couple in, like, the latter parts of Lost Belt 1, there's a couple fights where it's like, here's a really big enemy that takes up, like, a bunch of the screen, but there's only, like, part of their actual character art modeled, because you can't see the rest of them on the screen. And King Protea is just so fucking big that it's like, oh no, I can see the corners of this mammoth art, because she's so much bigger than it, and she does the big slappy.
Uh-huh.
Damn it.
It's so good. I love this stupid fucking video game where you can see where like the PNG ends.
It's so fucking good.
They're
It's
just
like-
like, we're not even taking this character into consideration. Fuck you.
Well, it's like there's a boss. There's a boss in at the end that's like, you know, a big column boss, as is FGO tradition, right? But it's a rider.
Yeah.
And so I had King Protea because she's in my front line, but I also had Magus's Big Melt. Or no, not I didn't have Magus's Big Melt. Excuse me, no, I had your comma.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
And the thing is, they both have NPs that's like, here's the borders of the PNG.
Yeah.
We didn't
oh,
plan
you
on
know-
phone screens getting this big.
You want to know the fun? I think my favorite piece of trivia about FGO Saturn is that it's made in Unity.
That's great.
Yeah, I don't know.
Magus also just informed me that 2 years from now that King Protea is getting another buff where every stack of her infinite growth also increases the damage she does with her noble phantasm. Yeah! She doesn't need it! She's so strong!
That's just unnecessary. That won't benefit anything.
Like, I have Noble Phantasm King Protea, and it feels like the bit from, like, way long ago in, you know, like, in Castle Super Beast, Super Best Friend Cast, whatever, where Patrick Boivin is talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! And he's just like, the thing about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is that you could solve any one of these world-ending plots by just having a gun. And showing up to the duel and just shooting your opponent. King Protea feels like the option, like, I came to this fight with a gun and I'm going to shoot you with it.
That's correct.
Like, imagine, like, if King Protea were just, like, in Heaven's Feel, she'd solve the problem immediately because she could just step on anything.
That's correct.
Yeah. She'd see Zulkin and she'd go, go! And then she'd slap him into a fine paste.
You can't turn into bugs on your way out of this one.
You can turn into bugs, but the problem is her fly swatter is her hand that has the diameter of a fucking football field.
Yeah.
Let's go to a good world that I like going to.
Which one?
Olympus Coliseum.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, the one, the universal constant of Kingdom Hearts.
For
What-
some fucking reason.
What I have to imagine is Tetsuya Nomura's favorite movie.
Right? It has to be.
That has to be it.
I think, if I remember the interview correctly, because someone asked him, like, recently, like, why do we keep going to Olympus Coliseum? I think he just really likes writing for Hades.
Are there any, like, big titty goths with Hime cuts in Hercules?
There's Meg.
Meg.
There's
That's about
Meg. She's a moody older woman with straight bangs, though.
Does she have big titties?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
No, not
Yeah,
really.
Meg?
No.
Yeah, she does.
No,
So-
hey, no,
so-
Meg is... No.
So I guess he has to do. I guess he has to do a little work.
He has to
Well-
do a little bit of work.
there is one thing. She's like she is like the only like Disney quote unquote princess character who's very like implicitly not a virgin.
Yeah.
That's true.
I see. So he doesn't have to do that much work. I mean, like, her titties aren't huge, but like I think Nomura could make do.
In comparison to the rest of her proportions, I would say they're pretty
That's
big.
fair.
She has a respectable bust
By
for
the
a
way,
Disney princess.
By the way, tragedy of tragedies, not Danny DeVito. They could not get Danny
they
DeVito.
can't
so much
afford
like
him. They can't afford Danny
good news-
DeVito. This is
the
a
good news
PlayStation
is-
2 game.
The good news is that Danny DeVito has such a very distinctive voice that much like Peter Lorre, you could just get an impersonator and it would sound exactly the same.
He does sound like almost exactly the same. Like it's almost spot on, but it's not
It's
Danny
like-
DeVito.
It's like you can't get a guy to do like a John Goodman. You can't get a guy to do that, but you can get a Tom Hanks sound alike.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, his name's Jim Hanks.
Look, it's like this.
Which is just Tom Hanks and a fake mustache.
Yeah.
From all over to fight for
Oh, I love his little flappy lips thing. They did not give him a real model.
No, he doesn't have a cutscene model either.
You know what those eyes aren't doing? Blinking.
Nope.
They got one frame of blinking. That's all they got, and the lip bounces up and down. They do give his belly a jiggle though.
Bunch of monsters.
I love that you can, like, just, like, I know it's an HD game, like, it's HD remake or whatever, and it's like a PS2 game, but I love that you can immediately tell the difference between a model that is going to show up in lots of cutscenes and a model that is not.
That's correct.
Yep. And it's gonna persist this way until,
3.
Birth
no,
by Sleep, I think.
Birth by Sleep is when they stop using in-game models for cutscenes. So we've got 1, 2. We've got 3 games to go before they knock that off.
Sarah, I'm looking at the title for the second Lost Belt now, and I'm sad to know that it's not good. Because I like anything that references the Twilight of the Gods.
Correct.
But I don't... It's not good.
It's really... It has some things that are cool. Like, it has Napoleon, who fucking whips at all times. Like, Napoleon is extremely good. And it has Sigurd and Brynhildr, and they're both really good. They're very sweet. They're very in love.
I love Brynhildr.
She's incredible. She has a lot of brain problems.
I've only seen her a little bit in Vegas, and even my little bit of encounter with her in Vegas is like, oh, I like you, you're a freak.
Brynhildr is like a Narin sound-alike. Like you couldn't afford Narin, so you got Brynhildr to voice a character.
Yeah,
if I could get that artist, if I could get that artist to draw Narin,
Shiro Miwa, God, I fucking wish. He's the real fucking deal though.
Looks like I'm headed for the
He's
game.
so, but he did, but you know, it has Bryn and Sigurd, and they're good. And who else? What else is good? There's a cool moment with Holmes, where Holmes actually gets to be cool, and I like that.
We do like a Holmes in this family.
We do love a Holmes in this family, because Great Ace Attorney gave me brainworms.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, it extremely did. It significantly changed my appreciation for Sherlock Holmes in general. What else? There's some cool stuff. I mean, it's not as bad as like how much I hate Septum. It's just kind of slow. It kind of takes its time to get going, you know. And there's some stuff that just doesn't pay off very well, but you know, it's fine. And then afterwards is China, which rules. China is one of the best Lost Belts and one of my favorite stories in the game because of how fast it goes by, because it is extremely short. Like, the pacing is lightning fast. It's like, all right, we've spun our wheels long enough. Get Gena or Urabuchi in here to just like fucking hit the gas, and it whips.
Oh, this is it. Okay, never mind. I know
What?
this. I was like, I'm trying to remember where I recognize this Brynhild's art style from, and it's that artist. Okay.
Yeah, Shiro Miwa is
Fire
like,
Emblem and No More Heroes.
yes, like the real fucking deal. It's extremely good.
Real deal, Miwa Shiro.
I really like Brynhildr, mostly because like if I put her with Hercules, I can get just about anything I want done.
That's correct. She has the extremely rare, extremely good targetable star absorb buff. I think there are only 3 or 4 servants in the game with that buff because of how good it is. And so you can take Bryn with like any, if you get her, you can take her with any Zerk, because Zerks naturally have extremely low star absorb.
Wait! Cloud's best design of all time.
Yeah. I love this outfit.
He looks
This
so
Dragon
fucking
outfit.
cool!
I love his Vincent Valentine cape.
Couldn't decide if they wanted it to be Cloud or Vincent Valentine, so they're like, fuck it, we'll just make it both.
He looks so fucking cool in this game!
Cloud also.
I do think it's 100% believable that it could have been like, well, are we gonna put Cloud or Vincent Valentine here? And then they thought about it. It's like, well, and then there's someone, probably Nomura, is like, well, what if we just made Cloud look more like Vincent Valentine?
Yeah. I mean, that's what they did with Yuffie, because they're like, well, we can't put FF10 Riku in here. We'll just recolor her outfit and turn her into Yuffie.
That's correct.
That's wonderful.
I love that, I love that Cloud also likes to cosplay and his favorite manga is Trigun.
It's true.
Yeah, it's true.
I like to find out that the artist of Calamity Jane has two other servants that they drew. One of them is Fergus McRoick, and the other is Blackbeard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh my
correct.
god, that's right. Now I can see it.
That's arranged.
That's a range.
Yeah.
From Calamity Jane to Blackbeard.
Also, the artist who drew Calamity Jane. No, I'm thinking of a different artist. You know the sexy Suzuka, CE from Summer 4.
Yeah.
With the
Demon God Princess or whatever. She's in the bikini
yeah.
that she's practically falling out of.
It's like the sexy. It's the artist who did that did the sexiest CE in the game, and it has Calamity Jane in it.
Oh,
and
that one.
That one. Yeah.
What's that one called? What's that one called for my Google purposes?
Hold on. I gotta find it. Hold on. I'll post it in the chat.
It is mouthwatering. We can't say it out loud. I don't think.
I don't actually know its name. Hold on. But it's extremely good.
We can't post this in our Kingdom Hearts stream.
No.
So that artist is 1 second.
Sora's not allowed to say that kind of shit.
No, not at all.
Please be respectful to Sora.
He's a good boy.
He hasn't even finished growing out all of his adult
I
teeth.
hate that Google Images on mobile has taken away the option to fucking just save the goddamn image.
Wait, no, this artist has not drawn a CE of the servant they designed.
No, I was wrong.
Look at, he's even got Vincent's claw thing.
Yeah, he does.
It's so fucking cool! I'm so glad that this outfit got to be in Dissidia and someone made a mod for it for FF7 Remake.
Oh, I found the craft essence. Oh, good lord.
Yeah, that's correct.
For the listening audience, it is called Hide Hunter.
Oh, Magus just posted it.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yes.
Good God Almighty. All I'm saying is, FGO is a really good video game. I think it would be better if they could be as horny as they were. Well, like, as they were before they realized that it's hard to have a multi-billion-dollar IP behind an adults-only tag.
That's correct.
Oh, dang, yeah. That is,
Woo!
In terms of hot girls, it's probably my favorite CE in the game.
It's extremely good one.
Extremely good, and I love Calamity Jane, and I wish I had her.
I agree.
Well, you don't have Calamity?
No, I rolled. So her and Ishtar share Space Ishtar share a banner.
Yeah.
I got Space Ishtar before I got Calamity Jane. Are you kidding? And I don't even want Space Ishtar. I'll be real.
Well,
I want Space Ishtar. Give me your Space Ishtar.
I wish I could.
I want Space Ishtar because I need Calamity Jane and I don't want her to be alone. And you can't have one of the dirty pair. You need both parts.
I am very fortunate that I do have both of them. And you know what? Now I need to actually level up Calamity Jane because I can do that now.
When's the next time they're re-rolling? Do you know?
Never.
No, that's not true. Saber Wars 2 reruns next year?
Okay.
Look at the Buster Sword! It's so fucking cool! It's got bandages on it! Why? No reason, it just looks so cool!
Well, it has to look like the level 80 Dark Knight sword.
Yeah!
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah!
God, if they put this outfit in FF14 as like a Dark Knight glam, I would never switch off Dark Knight.
All I'm saying is that I'm really mad they still don't have a proper ass Buster Sword, and I know that they're waiting on like one of the 7 remakes before putting it in. But also, please fucking do it already. I'm so tired of
the Gravel Keeper one.
It's not the same.
It's not the same, because it's bronze instead of silver. Yeah, it's not the same.
Not the same.
I understand.
I want my clown. I want my Buster Sword.
I understand. God damn it.
Yeah, it looks like... Oh yeah, it looks like the Saber Wars 2 revival is, if it's like actually just 2 years out, would be early 2023, like January. So not too far away.
Far away, no, and so we'll be able to, you know, I'll be able to roll for Jane again. I'll probably get fucking NP2 Spishtar, and I don't need her because I have Musashi, who will solve all my fucking problems.
Yeah, but what if you had Spishtar and 2 Castorias?
But I have that. It's called Musashi.
Yeah, but what if you had Spishtar
Musashi
also?
And Musashi has class advantage over way more things than Spish.
But Sarah,
Uh-huh.
Sarah.
What?
What if you had Calamity Jane and Spishtar in the same group? Wouldn't
But
that be cute?
Cute.
but Sarah, what if Eden Shugura Quasar?
Eden Shugura Quasar! Yeah. I actually...
Also, what if you had a servant that had 3 different extremely hot costumes that had nothing in
correct.
common with each other?
The reason I really want Jane, the other reason I want Jane, other than the fact that I am attracted to her, is that I have the... So there are multiple, but I have 2 of the single target 4-star archers that are of each of the different colors, because like Emiya Alter is the single target 4-star archer, arts archer, right? And Tomoe Gozen, the 4-star single target Buster archer, right? Calamity Jane is the 4-star single target quick archer, and I would like to complete that little trifecta for completionist's sake. So I need a Calamity Jane for that reason as well. I know that's insane, but leave me alone. I am insane.
I wish I could be the kind of person who got the given name Calamity.
I love her. She's a hot cheerleader in FGO. And
I
think
noticed.
it'd be cool.
I saw that craft essence.
You see that craft essence? I'm in love with
It's
her.
definitely shocking and present.
Wait,
That's correct.
Calamity,
It's her CE, her cheerleader eroticism.
Calamity isn't her given name though. It's Clara, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't know anything about. I wish I knew more about Calamity Jane, the actual person. Because
I don't know.
FGO is like
Martha.
I don't know cowboy lore. I do not know cowboy lore.
I do because I'm an old ass bitch.
I
So
don't know
her
what
name-
cowboys are.
Her name is Martha Jane Canary.
cute
Oh, that's a pretty.
Well,
that's a cowboy name in of itself.
on its own.
that's a nice name, but I liked the idea of her given name being Calamity, like
Calamity.
she's an evil Quaker.
I got 2 words of advice for you. Attack!
Like Vash the Stampede.
Time for our signature Cerberus fight.
Well, it's like the way people are named like Temperance or Purity. You just have your daughter and you're like, I'm gonna name you Calamity. You've got problems, and I'm gonna make sure you know it's your time to make them
I can
worse.
tell you have got bad vibes, baby. So I'm gonna saddle you with them
What if
forever.
what if that baby just had bad vibes?
You know what? You know what I really like?
I see.
I really like the word calamity because it can either mean like a catastrophe or a disaster in like a kind of magical universe or story, or it can just be a cowboy word.
Yeah, that's correct.
You know, like Calamity Ganon in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
It works if it's like a fucking like evil entropy force that devours all it touches, or if you want to imagine Ganondorf in a cowboy hat.
That's
Man,
true.
actually, you know who else there needs to be from Cowboy Servants? You need Bass Reeves.
Yeah,
You do.
you do.
I need Bass Reeves.
I need Bathory.
Lasengle, give me Bass Reeves.
Oh, the reason she's called Calamity Jane is because she was in some sort of. She was in, unfortunately, the Native American uprisings on the white man's side. And her captain was shot off of his horse and she caught him midair.
Oh,
Good God.
and pulled him onto her horse.
oh, cool.
I mean, that's kind of a cool move. Wish she wasn't a
kind of-
racist about it.
Well, I would say unfortunately she's a white woman in America during the point in time when we were actively killing Native Americans, so, you know...
Yeah. This was
It is
the
what it is.
1870s, so...
your odds of getting a non-racist American are about your odds of getting Castoria.
And that is
But
why.
I did get Castoria.
Well,
did.
Uh-oh.
you also got statistically several dozen and or 100 things that weren't Castoria in the process of getting Castoria.
That's true.
That's why the Calamity Jane in FGO is from an alternate universe where she's from space, and we don't have to worry about that.
We don't have to worry about it, but also the
We
fact
can
that
scan a completely unproblematic queen. Hooray!
the fact that that is how she got her nickname is probably the wildest thing in the world.
All right.
I love a hot cheerleader. That's all that really matters.
Yeah.
With a gun and some cool gimmicks. Like the craziest fucking gimmicks in the world because she has like her third skill is wild. But even wilder, it's based off of what it does is based off of how many crit stars you have in the bank, right?
Uh-huh.
So like normally like no crit stars, I think it's just a crit buff. I don't know like what everything it does. But as you like with 10 crit stars it's an attack buff. With 20 crit stars it gets everybody 10% NP charge, right? And like I think at 50 crit stars it does something like wacky as well. And so just like and she's a quick servant with like a shit ton of hits on her quick card. So she's just generating stars for her third skill. It's fun. It's a really gimmicky servant, but I've been playing long enough that I like gimmicky servants more than I like bread and butter servants. You know? Because it's just like, I have plenty of bread and butter servants. Give me a freak. Give me a little weirdo.
I love freaks. I'm developing an appreciation for freaks. I still want to get Okita J Soji at some point, just because I love the idea of having a servant who you are punished more often than not for using their noble phantasm.
That's correct.
Oh,
She's
here it
not
is.
so bad.
When there are 10 crit stars or more, it increases their critical damage by 40% for 3 turns. If there are 20 or more, it increases their star absorption rate by 1,500% for 3 turns.
Oh, so she has a targetable crit star absorb
Why did you
rate.
go
That's
along
good.
with him anyway?
If there are 30, you grant them evasion. If there are 40, piercing invincibility, and if there are 50 or more, it charges their NP gauge.
Great.
God.
That
and
is.
you can do all of that every 5 turns.
I fell into
That's
That is
insane.
insane. That is so good.
That is what they call a
You'll
snowball.
find it.
And it's gimmicky because it's based off of how many stars you have on the field. But if you bring like the right CEs and the right servants who have a quick heavy deck as well,
Well, say you're putting this on a quick servant to boot, and then it's
Yeah.
just you have to get her some company.
just bring her some you bring her like you bring somebody who has a fragments of 2030 CE, so that's 8 crit stars for free. And then anything Jane is generating and anything another quick servant is generating. And then there's another CE in the game, although it hasn't rerun lately, called His Rightful Place. And it's a 50% starting charge CE that gives you 4 crit stars every turn as well. That's 12 crit stars, you see. It starts to snowball. It's fun. I like FGO. It's a real video game.
It's a thing that I did see a lot in like whenever I was using Summer BB on things, because she has one of her abilities is that it locks the deck to what your current hand is, but dramatically increases her crit star generation. And so you save it for a hand where you have 3 BB moves in there, and you just watch as her crit rate goes up successively every turn, because no matter what she's using, she's generating shit tons of crit stars.
That's actually why her and Summer Laltria, or Ruler Altria, why they pair together extremely well is because
Oh, they do? Oh, I'm
It's-
sad I didn't get her.
yeah, because Laltria has the ability to shuffle the command deck, right? So
Right.
what you do is you shuffle the command deck until you get the hand you want, and then you lock the command deck, and then Altria also buffs crit damage, which synergizes extremely well with the fact that BB's Endless Moon, or whatever it's called, generates crit stars. Right?
It's
So
very
now
good.
It's extremely good.
It's
And it is,
situational.
again, it's very gimmicky. But it's my kind of gimmicky bullshit, and I love it.
You put those two together with Scotty, that would be pretty terrifying.
When is BB Summer rolling again?
Oh,
I have to
things
know.
up.
I need her.
Hey, Oats, you want to
You're
go
right,
back to
it's
the
her
hunt
turn.
target?
Yeah, if we can get there in time. I don't know how long it's been there.
Let's find out.
We were talking over it, but man, I really do wish the dream team of Maleficent, Jafar, and Hades had been more of a thing. Because those three trying to have a conversation with one another is an incredible sight.
You know, Ben, you know what my I'm realizing, you know what I think my favorite like version of that would be?
What's that?
Madame Medusa, Ursula, and Cruella de Vil.
That would be powerful.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I mean, I guess you can't really do much with Cruella de Vil in Kingdom Hearts, but it is weird. It is kind of a shame that she's just not here.
I think it's incredibly funny just imagining that.
I just found out when my next chance to roll for Summer Baby is.
What's that?
Ben.
In about 2 years.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's correct.
Yeah.
Because the most recent banner she was in was that crazy trap one that was like, hey, all the Buster AoE Noble Phantasm servants are in a banner. None of them are on rate up. Give us money, you fucks. And that's the last time she shows up in a banner for 2 fucking years.
You know what? I should have put on healer. It's fine.
Oh, kill me.
Sorry.
Man, I wish I could keep going.
Oh,
Yeah,
I am
it's time to
almost-
go sleep.
I am at the about to do the second run of Traverse Town, about to fight the Reverse Armor. Then it's on to Agrabah, but I am gonna have to save that for next time.
Yeah, it is getting kind of late, unfortunately.
Agrabah.
This was fun. I really enjoyed this. I'm very excited to keep doing this.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to
Yeah.
play Kingdom Hearts like this for so goddamn long. And having you guys here to hang out and occasionally glance over at the screen.
Every now and then, and by every now and then, it's always at the weirdest times. Like I tapped in
weirdest
earlier.
time.
The mic didn't catch it, but I started cackling maniacally because I got to that one point, like completely out of context, where a gorilla just chucks Sora into like lower orbit.
And just get thrown like Donkey Kong throwing a barrel.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna call it here. I'll pick this up sometime soon. The next couple of days, we'll pop in and do more streams. I'll let you guys know on the Twitter and on the Discord and all that. Thanks everyone for watching this. It's gonna keep going until I reach the end of Melody of Memories. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So look, and hopefully by the time I hit that, Kingdom Hearts 4 will be either out or we'll have a release date and it'll be like within a month.
That would be
Yeah.
nice.
That would be
Wouldn't that
nice.
be nice?
All right.
Anyway.
Good night, audience. I'll see you all later.
Nice.
Night.